Hi there, Drew here again from St. John's College Admissions, and this is your guide to the St. John's College application. In this video, we'll go ahead and discuss the all-important book essay. It is perhaps the most important part of your application to St. John's because not only will it give us an insight into some of the thoughts that are wiggling around in your brain, but also give us an insight into your ability to be introspective and think about how ideas and themes can affect you. So in keeping with that, the prompt is generally along the lines of pick a book. Talk about its ideas, thoughts, and themes, and how they relate to you, and why they're important to you, and why they've stuck with you. Now, the book that you pick needs to be a book that you think can address the prompt for you. That book, it can be Plato, that's fantastic, but it doesn't have to be something academic and heady. It can be Paddington Bear, or a Dr. Seuss book, or something like that. It doesn't need to be an academic book. It can be something that you've read that has really just stuck with you for, any number of reasons. Because even some children's books, right, have really powerful themes and messages that can really, really stick with you as we grow older. Now, think about this book a lot. And once you have a book in mind and you start writing this essay, there are a couple things that you'll want to keep in mind. First of all, this is not a book report, right? It's not just going to be an analysis of some of these thoughts that are in the book, right? We want you to make sure that you're relating it back to you, and why is this important to you in particular. We'll also think about, what is the bare minimum of plot summary that I need? Because every year I'll read a couple of essays that are very heavily plot summary oriented. And that's not necessarily what we're looking for. So you can go ahead and assume that we have some level of familiarity with the book, and only give the basic necessities of the plot to us. I'll also emphasize again that we want to see how this all relates to you. So in keeping with this not being a book report, don't just do this wonderful analysis of these ideas and everything, right? You have to relate it back to you. And every year I'll read a few essays that are very, very well written, well thought, critically, acclaimed book reports. And that's okay. It's good. I like to see that you can write. But a large part of what the program will ask you to do over your 4 years is not just understand the ideas in the book, but to think about how they apply to your own life and the things that you believe and your outlook on the world. And we want to be able to see that in that essay. As you can probably get the sense, this is a really, really important part of your essay. So don't just write it in one afternoon and submit it because you're in a rush. Take some time with it. Think about it. Let it evolve as you begin to ponder exactly what you want to put in there. And don't be afraid of it. In this episode, we went ahead and talked a little bit about the book essay, how vitally important it is, and some ways to think about it, and some tips about what we're looking for in this essay. Next time, we'll go ahead and talk about testing. Now, as I've mentioned before, St. John's has been test optional for over 40 years, but we will dive into a little bit of information about those tests for those students who might want to submit them. But until next time, peace!